everyone, it's me, Kenzie Taylor, and it is time to get saucy. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy the sauce.
Hi, my name is Scarlett Sage, and you're watching The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. New episodes every Tuesday.
Dude, and Janine, like, oh my god. Her and Jenna Jameson were my first crushes. That's how I knew I was gay.
That's how I knew I was gay.
I'm gay, but I love dick and I love my husband.
Yeah,
I love you, Seth. Just kidding. Why'd you watch that?
And then I realized it was you, and I was like,
You're watching that for pleasure, or
you know,
you guys? Sarah was jerking off to me last night.
she didn't know.
She was jerking off to me.
She didn't even know.
Dig into Pornhub.
I'll pick your mic up right now and admit to everyone.
No,
Pick your mic up and tell everyone you've been jerking off to me.
This is straight facts.
This is a confession.
I go on Pornhub.
Kenzie's confessional
And
corner.
I actually watch people's stuff. Not like I'm like, oh yeah, I saw Scarlet today, so I'm gonna watch her. No, like I have my preferences. I like scroll what am I in the mood for.
Blondes with big tits, or
when I've watched the video in the comment section. So check the comments, because I'll say Sarah Taylor was here at 1:59.
Can I just say, I bet though, when you jerk off, you use FEELZ by Kenzie Taylor, don't you?
I
knew it.
I do.
I knew it. Like literally, FEELZ by Kenzie. Like go to
Yeah.
feelzbykenzie.com.
Yeah.
I heard it's great stuff.
Anyway, so that's how I accidentally found Kenzie with her long hair last night. It's great.
It's okay. You can jerk off to me. It's okay.
It got weird. So
It's kind of low key, a little like weird watching your friends porn.
once you realize, you're like, I don't care. That's Will Pounder. I'm like, oh, that's hot.
It's kind of, yeah, I feel you on
Kenzie. Oh my god.
Love it. I will say though, it's after I've like fucked someone and I see their porn, I'm like, oh, that's how like they really are. They really enjoy that, or like, oh wow, that was a total act that day. You know what I mean? It's always different.
It was hot. It was when you said, and I don't know if I can say this.
It's probably my accent, right?
No, this is what you said that made me realize it was you. You said, I want to taste your wife's pussy juice off your cock. And I recognized your voice, and I was like, holy
I love that that's what you recognized on my
That's
voice.
not something you say in your day-to-day life, so I don't know why. It was just like the way that you said it.
I'm good at dirty talk. I will say that.
It was hot.
I will honk my own horn
but
for
then
that.
I was like,
I feel like you wouldn't have a meet, you'd be
That's what my horn would sound like.
I'm coming for you.
I have an aggressive horn.
if anybody wants to
Come
go check
here.
I love that she puts the mic down, picks it back up, and then puts it down again. If anyone wants to check it out.
check out my comments on Pornhub. Everyone's like, check out my video. I've got all these videos. I'm like, look at my thousands of
I love it. Okay, let me do a proper introduction, okay? You ready, Scarlett?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. Today, my guest is adult film star, model, content creator, Scarlett Sage. Hi, Scarlett.
Hi.
How are you?
Wow, you made my introduction really hot.
You can look at me.
I'm trying
She's so
to.
shy. It's okay. I know you've seen a camera before.
Well,
It's
not
okay.
like you like licked my pussy already too.
So just so you know, you can wave to everyone on the camera that's facing you. Is actually your camera.
Oh, this is
It's for everyone on YouTube.
Hi.
Yeah. So Scarlett, how long have you been in the industry?
So the end of this month is gonna be 7 years.
Very nice.
Yeah, you're like 7 years. Yeah, just a little dip in the water.
No, that's actually, I've only been in like 7.5. So
Really?
like 7.5. Yeah.
I feel like you've been in longer.
No, I started in 2016. Yeah.
No way.
I swear.
Cool.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you only did girl for like a long time, right?
Yeah, I started off with boy girl at first, and I think that for some reason I was just not used to the big dicks.
Yeah.
And my body's like, what is this?
Your body's like, I've never seen these before.
Yeah.
Are these from the wild? I don't know.
But But now it loves big dicks.
Yeah.
So.
Had to, get some miles first.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
had to get acclimated to her environment.
Exactly. I think as I got older too, it's like, okay, you're gonna be able to take dick now. So but honestly, I really enjoyed my girl experience. So I was in girl for maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Out of that 7, because I took a year off. I went back to school as an esthetician, and then I had maybe 6 months in between where I went from boy girl to girl.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that about 5 years with women, and it was amazing. I really liked just being able to get to know a woman's body, and then obviously eating a girl out is so fun.
It's nice.
So nice.
It depends. Let me take that rewind. It's so nice if the hygiene's good and the girl is into girls.
That part.
So,
that part.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. Very lucky. Every girl's hygiene was really good. And then, sometimes I would question. I'm like, do you like girls or not? I don't know, because I don't want to find out.
So this is the thing is, I used to ask that, right? Because I could just tell. I'm like, I don't know. And I would ask a girl, I'd be like, hey, we're about to do this scene today. Do you really like pussy or... Oh, no, I'm strictly dickly. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't like girls? No. Oh, okay. Well, I do, so you're going to have a great time today because I know what I'm doing, but if you don't want to touch me, you don't really have to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do it for the scene. And I was like, oh, okay.
I feel like I'm never asking this again. It just kind of dampers it. So I'm like, I'll just
figure it out.
Yeah. I'll just be in my head okay. Because she could be inexperienced too, I've learned. There are girls who get in, for myself too. So a backstory on my girl experience. I don't know what we can say. You can crop it out if you...
No, you can
can't
say
talk
anything.
about.
Yeah.
I was in high school when I had my first experience.
Yeah.
And I was 14. And it was with my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had sex with a woman before I had sex with a guy.
Same.
And I had a boyfriend at the time too, unfortunately.
Hey.
No, we did not talk about it. That's the only thing is if I could go back, I would have, because in my head I was like, oh, this isn't, I don't know, I was 14. So I was like, oh, this is fine. It's not. I should have had a discussion of hey, I want to hook up with my best friend. Is that okay? But it was a, teenage.
Yeah, you were a kid.
Yeah, teenage boyfriend, girlfriend thing.
Yeah.
So, but we did.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say? That's what they say.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I, had sex with her. And then she ended up telling people in high school.
Were you embarrassed by that?
I wasn't embarrassed, but I think because it was small town in Virginia, everyone was making me feel.
So you're from Virginia?
Virginia.
Okay. Probably, I'm guessing, small town in the middle of nowhere. Everybody knows everybody. Everyone knows everyone's business. So the moment you broke out into I'm an adult film, the whole town knew. Same.
And then other towns knew.
Same.
And then other people knew.
You're you're welcome. Enjoy.
They did get my ratings up. So
yeah.
they started started sharing my first porn and going on Pornhub, and yeah, so they definitely helped with that. So thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Thanks. So will you say having that experience being your first time ever that automatically has drawn you to be more interested in women now in your life?
I think that when it happened, I kind of was oh, yeah, I was just because I wasn't sure 100%. It was when I was bi-curious. So I was oh, okay, maybe it's just not, whatever. Because there weren't a lot of people who were openly bi.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, because she came out from a place where she had a larger high school, was able to be herself kind of thing. So for me, it was still hard because I knew all these people. It was just, I didn't like the attention on it. So I was just anytime that I would like hook up with someone, if people found out, I would stop it, and then I'd like go. I learned to like go to another, you know, place from a different school with a different person who no one ever knew, and then hook up with them. I just didn't like people in my business. So
Gotcha.
I didn't like
You would
that.
literally, like, you would straight up stop talking to the person and everything, or just, like, fucking with them?
Like, I would just stop fucking with them. I
Yeah.
would still be friends with them and be cool with
Did you
them.
ghost people? Were you like...
You can't really ghost people out there because I see them the next day at school, you know?
This is true. Yeah, this is so
I'm like,
true.
There's no ghosting in
There's no
small
ghosting in
towns.
my hometown. There's
No.
like 3 stoplights, so there's no ghosting.
Yeah.
On the dirt road.
Yeah.
Like,
You see each other. There's no ghosting. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh, yeah, we had that moment, but...
so
It is what it
when
is.
you graduated, did you go to college at all?
So I went to community college. I was debating if I wanted to go to a university or not, but I decided to go to a community college.
What was your major?
I was actually going to go in for RN.
Ah.
So I went in, did the program. Oh my gosh. Whew. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. It's brutal.
It's brutal. Anatomy and physiology.
And you're like, nope, I'm good.
Oh my gosh. Anatomy and physiology were in the same, like, they were the same. So I didn't take them separately. I took them together. So we would go into anatomy and then we would go into physiology. And that itself was
That
just a
hurts my
nightmare.
brain just thinking about it.
Then I had math, then I had English. I was like, you know what? And I was in school. I was working as a sales associate at a jewelry store, and I was working as a server.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived by myself. I moved out when I was 18. So I was like, I should figure out what I want to do. I don't know if RN's exactly what I want to do. So
Yeah.
I'm going to pause school.
Yeah.
I need to work because I need to make money to be able to live. And then I put a hiatus on that. And then after that, I had some time. So I spent working, like, volunteering as a, like, third on a rescue squad.
Mm-hmm.
So the thirds are, you don't have to be an EMT. You don't have to be a paramedic.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a volunteer that helps the EMTs when you're on scene.
Mm-hmm.
So you go in, you take the patient care reports, and then when you get to the hospital, you turn that into triage.
Mm-hmm.
And then triage gives it back to you, and then you give it to your EMT so that in everything that you wrote, they write onto their, like the end, it's like the, once you're finished, they have to like do paperwork before you can go back to base.
So that was just a volunteer job?
Yeah, it was volunteer, but they also paid for your schooling to go become an EMT.
Oh,
if you
nice.
volunteered.
Yeah.
So in a small town, becoming an EMT doesn't seem as scary because there's not a lot of action going on.
God, in LA, that'd be insane.
Oh, I tried to. I tried, and I did. Nope. No.
Like every 5 minutes, there's an ambulance called in LA.
I was on my way to my first day of EMT school, and I hit a parked car, and that was the most embarrassing thing. I was trying to look for a Band-Aid that I had because I had a cut, and my fear of being called out in front of a class is like, I get anxiety. So I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna tell me, because if you have a cut, you're supposed to put a Band-Aid, you're supposed to wear gloves, and because of hepatitis when you're actually on scene. And I was scared because I was like, they're going to call me out. They're going to say that I don't have a Band-Aid.
I gotta find this Band-Aid.
Yeah, they're going to tell me that I'm going to get hepatitis in front of everyone. And like, even though I wouldn't, but like, you know what I mean? They'd be like, if you were, you know, on call right now, like, would you do this? I don't know. I was just like so nervous.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a Band-Aid, and then, yeah.
So you like swerved and hit a parked car? Did you just keep going, or did you
No.
leave a note? Or
No. I hit the steering wheel with my nose. I broke my nose.
Oh God.
And I like had like blood everywhere.
You had it going fast.
And then,
goddamn.
and so I had, no.
No?
So the actual car, like I thought about it, my seat did not buckle. So I flew, so it didn't buckle, and then my airbag didn't deploy. So nothing.
I'd be suing that fucking company of the car. Just saying.
I know. So that was my first EMT experience that I was supposed to go to. And then I had an EMT take me to the hospital. And while I had my EMT gear on with a broken nose, and I was just like, wow, okay. And I didn't know it then, but I think that was the universe telling me, like, please don't go to do EMT. And so I had a credit. I couldn't start that class, but I could start again. So I went back. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go, finish this. And I lasted about 2 weeks. And the reason why I lasted about 2 weeks is because we had a sub come in. My EMT was so sweet, so excited, so ready, pumped, but he's only been in for like a year. The paramedic has been in for like over 5 years, and he was so dead inside.
Oh my God.
And he was just like hated his life. And that really triggered like that, do I really want to do this?
That's how a lot of the doctors and other nurses were, because my last field I worked in was hospice. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of dead people, but like a lot of them, like, that fucks them up because they can't detach themselves emotionally and recognize, you're helping, this is a patient, but this is your job. Like, don't get attached.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, it's like the same way. They were like so dead inside, and they were just had no compassion anymore for not even just themselves, but anyone, any of the patients or anything. And they were just, everything was cut and dry. Like, and that was one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, peace out.
Yeah. And that's my I'm a very empathetic person. So I'm very sensitive. I feel a lot. Yeah. And I like that. Like I think that is like my strongest point. And I knew that if I continued in this field, like it would take away a big part of who I am. And I didn't want that. I also didn't want like to see so much happen all at once. It would just be too intense for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot.
Man. So, like, honestly, kudos to RNs, EMTs, paramedics, everyone in the medical field, honestly, because it's not an easy job.
Not at all.
I have a couple of fans on my OnlyFans who are RNs. And then I think one of them is a emergency RN, like ER RN. I think that's and they just, like, vent.
Yeah. It's rough, but yeah, kudos to them for sure. So I guess fast forward to you didn't end up doing the EMT thing. So fast forward to leading you into where obviously what you do now.
So I was doing that for a little bit, volunteering. It was very different out in a small town. Didn't really see much, and then I watched porn. I really liked porn. I was very sexual. I would read erotic novels that people would make online. So there were blogs that you could go on to, and people would just make erotic little stories. And my mind is very powerful. I can see inside of my mind. Like, I can envision things in my mind. So I just would read erotic stories that people would write. Enjoy that.
Did you ever write any yourself, or you just read?
I want to. Yeah. I want to so bad. That's my next thing. I'd like to.
You should. You should try it.
I will. At some point. It's like, so I feel like 24 hours, and even not 24 hours, 12 hours or 18 hours. I don't know how many, depending on the day of how much sleep I get, but I just feel like it's not enough time. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. No, I feel that. Some days I'm like, oh, I have a few hours free today. And then I'm like, should I nap or should I do this entire to-do list that I have? Oh my gosh, I know.
The old lady in me wants to take a fucking nap, but the other side of me is like, bitch, get to work. Get that money, ho. Like,
I know, but you gotta rest and recharge because your body it'll catch up with you.
It's true. But, so did you start webcamming or?
No.
You just went right into?
Watched porn. Yeah. And then for some reason I realized that there were people who were performing as adult performers, and that intrigued me. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. it never clicked. I never asked questions. You know, when you go on Pornhub, it's good quality. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you would ask that question of like, how did these people get such good quality cameras, you know? But I didn't. I was just like,
The quality of this camera work is insane.
I just wanted
The
to
sex is good too, but look at the camera work.
I just wanted to
That
flick
angle. Yeah. That lighting. That sounds like me now, dude. Like every time I'm watching shit now, I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, pan in more on that. Oh my God, that
Yes.
lighting is like, it sucked.
I don't watch porn as much as I used to.
I'm
for
sure. So how did you decide you wanted to leave Virginia and, you know, move to California?
So Motley, I've been with Motley since I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out in end of February 2016. And so I just told my, like, I didn't know 100% if I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I told my work, hey, I'm going to be going on vacation.
Yeah.
And then I took off and came to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy, I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell anyone. I was 18 at the time. So, you know, of course, it's like now my mom, like now I'd be like, okay, I can do what I want. Like my mom's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you're 18 and you're like the oldest child of your mom.
I feel like no matter what age you are, starting to do porn and then telling your parents or siblings or any fucking family member, unless you actually have done it, no one grasps how like crazy that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is a huge fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I fuck on the internet where millions and millions and millions of people see me, and there's images on there, you know, videos. It's all going to be out there forever. It's never going to leave. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
I think
That's where I'm at.
yeah. I think my mom may have been okay with it if I was my age right now. I
Yeah.
think she would ask more questions.
Yeah.
But she would be like, okay, well, I don't know how I feel about that, but you seem like you're okay. So
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like she was cool when I told her like, hey, I'm coming back into porn.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You know, but when I was 18, I think it's different. You know, you just left the nest.
Yeah.
You know, you're her baby, you're her first baby turned to adult, you know?
Yeah.
So it was hard, but I didn't tell her. I said, hey, she was like, hey, I'm going on a cruise, right? And she was in LA the same time that I was in LA.
Oh.
And she had no idea. So I had to pretend, and it's a 3-hour difference.
Yeah.
So I had to pretend that it was like 3 hours.
That you were in Virginia?
Yeah. And then there was a tornado that happened, and she called me and she's like, hey, can you check on our house for us? I had to call my friend and be like, hey, can you go check on my house for me? As I'm in LA
You're
while
like,
she's
please,
in LA.
please go check on the house. It's
was
great.
fine.
It's great, Mom. It's
Yeah,
great.
it was fine.
Everything's okay.
But I felt so bad. I hate lying. So it just like ate me up. But I didn't want to like alarm her if I didn't like it, you know?
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah.
Like there's no reason.
Yeah.
So once I realized I liked it, once I realized what it was about, how professional it was,
Yeah.
and how everything was just chill, I was like, okay, I like this a lot. I want to move out to LA because that's where everything is, and I just want to get going. So I came back home. I put in my 2 weeks for my jobs.
What was the job that you were at?
Sales associate at a jewelry store and
Server.
Server,
Okay.
and then I was also volunteering for the rescue squad.
Oh, okay. All three of those.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I kept myself busy.
Yeah.
So I then told
You
my
put your
mom-
appropriate amount of time in and then fucking left. Look,
Yeah.
so professional.
You never know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You can't leave on a bad note.
Yeah, no.
You just never know.
Yep, I've done the same thing. It's like, okay, I put in my 2 weeks, grind it the rest of the way. And it's always awkward too. Because like they know you're leaving, so nobody like gives a shit. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't know. What
hey, I know
people do.
tomorrow's supposed to be your last day, but like you don't even have to fucking come. It's good. See ya.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
My serving job, I found someone for them, so they were like, okay, you can leave early. But my jewelry store job, I really liked that one. I really did. It was a good job too. Like it was something that I could have like done, you know, and been set.
Hey, maybe
For
you can do that now.
No.
Add that to your resume.
No, I'm different now.
Own your jewelry store.
I'm different now. I have different goals, but it was a good job for where I was back then.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So yeah, then I came out to LA. I told my mom. She was really, like upset, but once she found out that I was safe, she was fine.
Yeah.
I think it's the initial like, how are you? Are you safe?
Mm-hmm.
And then when no one knows until you tell them that it's a legit set. I have to do paperwork. Yep. Oh my gosh, so much paperwork. In the last 72 hours, I've done so much paperwork, just even like in 72 hours just now.
Mm-hmm. It's changed a lot, I will say, as opposed to when I first started. Fast forward to now, like the amount of paperwork and like all like the sign-ins and like the holding up the check and is this the correct amount? Is it written to the right person? Are you forced to be here? Are you on drugs or alcohol? Yeah. What's today's day? You're here on your own free will, like all these things or whatever. So it's definitely a lot different than what it was before. Not saying before it was, because we started at the same time, but like not saying before it wasn't professional, but it was a lot more like laid back, I guess, per se.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there are a lot of like precautions they do now that, have helped a lot, I feel like, especially like the consent stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like that was needed.
For sure. Oh,
drawing on a diagram, I mean, I don't, that to me is a little much. Like we could just say the consent out loud and do
then
that.
Now that we're our own content creators, it's even more paperwork.
Yeah.
And then we're in charge of that paperwork. And that, to me, when I started doing my own paperwork for my OnlyFans, that's when I realized, like, wow, this is a lot. And then you have to manage that. You have to, like, put it into Dropbox. You have to, organize it so that way you have it. Then when you upload on OnlyFans every single time, you have to tag the person. So it's
I know that's something that they just added recently, and it's beyond annoying.
I mean, I understand, I guess, from that point.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like on to porn as like, oh, we don't know if this is consensual or not. I'm like, it is. Like,
yeah.
You have the paperwork. We don't have to let you know every single time, but I understand it. So then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
So, I mean, you're multi-nominated and like you have over 280 performer credits.
Is that how many?
Yeah.
I have?
It's on IAFD, but
wow.
actually when I was talking to someone earlier, their number was off. So you might even have more than that. Who knows? And I'm sure also you have more than that that's, not released because we have scenes that aren't released yet. But what type of content do you typically prefer to film?
So recently I've been into threesomes with a guy.
A boy, girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, girl. Because I really like girl scenes. I think I've just done a lot of girl scenes.
Yeah.
But I still love girls.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Still having women, but adding dick.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on too, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can say it or not, but I think I can. I'm about to do my first orgy.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, nice.
I'm really excited for that.
A lot of people, everybody has their own preference of things. Like me, orgies, I'm like, it's not really up my alley anymore. I used to like that at a certain point.
Yeah.
But I feel like, everybody likes different shit. Like,
yeah. I think I'm excited because it's like new.
Yeah, it's
so
new to you. And
ooh.
also, you kind of stated you liked the whole watching thing and all that stuff. So maybe that's cool because you're like banging someone and then there's somebody looking over at you and all that.
Yeah, I did a swap scene with Tommy Pistol recently, and it was me and Tommy Pistol working together, and then Robbie Echo and Carlita Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was fun just watching them. Like I was like bouncing on Tommy's dick, and I was looking at Robbie fucking Carlita, and I'm like, I'm watching free porn right now.
You're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tommy.
Yeah.
So it was
Tommy,
just like,
stick a pinky in my dick. I'm like, okay, bite it.
Bite.
Yeah.
When he first told me to, I watched some of his scenes, so like with him in it. So I kind of expected that, and so I was like, wow, I'm doing that.
Everyone that knows Tommy and has given him a blowjob knows he likes it more along the toothy side. Like,
Yeah.
if you had to like think of a scene right now off the top of your head that's the craziest that you've done this far, what scene would that be? And what
Like,
company was it?
So I don't know if it's the craziest scene that I've ever done, but honestly, every time that somebody asks me, it like pops up in my brain, and I will always share this one scene because it's so iconic. And somebody even like commented on Adult Time's like photo of me about it, and it just brought it back up of like, oh my gosh, that was such an amazing scene. I was working, remember when they were trying, like, I don't know if they did it already. I don't know if they're still filming it, but Vivid, when they brought Vivid back, I don't know if they're still doing Vivid, but they brought me back for a Vivid scene with Adriana Chechik.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Killer.
So I knew that Adriana squirts.
Yeah.
And my goal was, like, I'm going to make her squirt in, like, the craziest, like, way.
Yeah.
That she's never done before.
Yeah.
And we were playing Twister. So so we were like Twister without the Mister kind of vibe. Like the guys were out in the like in the other room while we were like fucking. So
that was the scenario.
That was the whole premise of it, yeah. So she was like fingering like,
because that's what girls do. We play board games in rooms while guys sit in the other room.
Yeah, we like pull off the what is it? The
That's
little
exactly
spin.
what we do.
You know that little spin thing?
Yeah.
That, like she pulled it off. She's like stuck it in my pussy. It was actually fine. I was like, wait, is this gonna be okay? And then it felt fine, and also it looked so hot. So I was like, honestly, like it was worth it. And then like, so she was fucking me with that, and then I was laying down. She was standing up, and for some reason, I don't know why, because when I'm in sex, I do the craziest shit, and I don't remember. Like I get into a whole different like zone. I don't know.
Yeah, I do the same shit. I call it leaving the earth.
Yeah.
I go into Kenzie realm.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole different area.
So fun. So I just like grabbed my foot, and I was like put my toe in her pussy, and I made her squirt with my toe. And so she just squirted all over me with like my toe, like, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, Sarah.
Was it your big toe?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
had to ask because I
No.
think I missed that. You said big toe, right, from the get-go?
No.
No,
Okay.
she
Honestly,
didn't say what
that's
toe
a
yet.
really good question, but
Yeah.
my little tiny toes could not do much.
Yeah, because you have you wear kid shoes, don't you?
Yeah, these are actually kid size,
Yeah.
which is a blessing in in itself.
I'm about to
but
Google your feet
So
right
her
now.
toe is basically the size of like
It's probably like this big.
my pinky.
Probably
Like-
this big.
And that's what got
Her-
Adriana.
I mean, she squirted, so I guess.
Dude,
I think
Adriana
so.
is a beast.
Yeah.
She's a beast. That was probably a killer.
It was so
well,
fucking
since
fun.
you've already shared that one
I just
a
did,
lot.
like, a little. When I did
Let's
that,
think
I
of
got like
another.
a spit. I think I was like drooling, and then
Yeah.
I talked like I did spit bubble. See, I'm just drooling over it.
I love that. Yeah. No, I love that. I want you to think of another one that you haven't shared.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. That is like the most iconic one that I've done. Because like everything's like we all do the same things over and over and over again sometimes.
But
and some
sometimes we
things-
do like certain roles that are like crazy and like acting and do a sex scene and
I think that like I don't know if it's like the craziest scene. I'm always the step daughter or this.
no
like-
way.
Yeah, no, you couldn't
You're
tell.
so goddamn tiny. Yes, I can tell.
So it's just like I was always doing the same roles usually. It was just different scenarios. There was one that I did for Gamma where it was like an 80s theme, and we were doing like it was a girl orgy vibe.
Oh,
And
was
there
that the sleepover thing
Girl
or
core?
something? Oh, okay.
We were basically doing a studio.
A workout
And-
thing?
Yeah, like a workout, like
I think
80s.
I've seen that, yeah.
And then it was Abigail Mack, Ryan Keeley, Carter Cruz, who else? And then there were talent there too, but they were just watching. That was like so fun though.
That's when you were like, this is my shit.
yeah.
This is the shit right here.
Yeah, and so I just went into like a state of euphoria because like there was so much going on, and it was like attentive to me because I was like the virgin of the, like everyone knew what it was about and I didn't.
Yeah.
So it was just like all of them just like doing stuff to me, and like I think they were like interacting with each other too, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, but it was just like so much like orgasm after orgasm after orgasm. At the end, I was like all sweaty and I was just like, that was amazing.
You're just like in a little ball, like just give me 30 minutes. I'll be good. Just spritz some water at me in a second.
Yeah, that was like an intense scene.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's a lot of girls. I can imagine.
And then really good performers too. So
yeah.
just like, yeah. I don't know if there's like any crazy scenes.
It's okay. So I will say, would you say that you're more attracted to men or to women, or is it like a equal thing?
Okay, so
I won't get offended if you say guys,
no,
but I know it's
this is my whole thing, right?
It's
I think girls are so hot. Like anytime that I go and see a girl, I'm just like, oh, she's gorgeous. And I am the type of person that if I think of something, like if I think something, I'm gonna say it, because I think that like if you think positive of someone, you should tell them. I think that there's so much negativity.
I agree. There needs to be more of that.
So if I see them and I think they're really pretty, I will walk up and be like, oh my gosh, like you're really pretty, or like I love your outfit, or like
that just reminded me of the Mean Girls thing. Like, you're really pretty.
I had to say that yesterday.
Yeah. That's so funny.
It's the valley in me.
Yeah.
6 years going strong.
Yeah,
so the likes are when you move here, a lot of likes in your vocabulary for me at least.
Right? I know. Oh, it's funny. I had Queenie Satine on as a guest. I'm actually gonna have her again because we got cut short that day. But she chopped up her episode.
I saw
and
that.
How many likes? She said like probably 50 times.
I feel that.
It's so funny.
I feel that so hard. I say it so much. I have to kind of stop myself sometimes. I'm like, no, it's fine. I guess it's fine. But
so have you been on a lot of podcasts?
I did one with Holly, but no.
Okay.
That one I was like, hi, I am Scarlett Sage. And I wasn't trying to say like a lot, you know?
Yeah. On mine, I'm like, just people say whatever you want, whatever.
I know. I was just nervous. It was my first one. Now I'm kind of like
yeah.
kidding.
So I will say, since you haven't done that many or anything like that, what is something that you would like the listeners or viewers to know about Scarlett Sage? Like, what would you like to put out there that you would like people to know more of, or what are some maybe some common misconceptions about yourself or the industry that you think you need to speak on?
Honestly, I think that if it was 6 years ago, I'd have a lot to say about the industry of like what people like think about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like OnlyFans has really made it, like not just OnlyFans, but just people doing their own content.
Yeah.
Content creators.
Yeah.
I think it has made it a lot more acceptable. And so, I mean, some people are going to have their misconceptions, but I think that there's so much information out there now about how good the industry really is and how we really do, get STD tested every, 2 weeks. And we do paperwork, and it's
more publicly known and shared about. Yeah.
So I feel like it's accepted a lot more, and I'm very happy about that, because when people found out about me, it was harsher than I think not everyone's experience. I think it just depends on where you come from, but
yeah,
I think it's a little bit more accepted now, which is I'm really happy about. No one should ever go through like that whole, you know what I mean?
I think the Midwest and like southern areas are pretty brutal when it comes to porn stuff, like their beliefs on it.
Yeah.
I will say that. That's just from my own experience of things I've actually, personally seen or heard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have some questions. Let's go ahead. Yeah. We want to know more, Scarlett.
Oh.
What's the first question?
I actually really like this one because I've had a few people reach out and say something similar. But any highlights from AVN? You were a pleasure to meet in person.
Aww.
Who is that from? The at. Read the at.
Do you really want me to say it on here?
Just say at and whatever. Yeah, I always do that. That way
Just
that
to call
person
them
can
out?
get a shout
Okay.
out.
At Shadowwork25.
Okay.
Work 25. I'm looking them up now.
Sweet.
Trying to see the face to the name to the Instagram is always wait.
I never call them out. I don't know. I'm like, do they want to be called out? But that's
Yeah, no, I
probably-
always do just to give them
yeah,
a shout out.
That's actually really nice.
Because someone told me before in a comment that it actually made their day by me mentioning
Aw.
them in a question that they had asked and actually like asking it.
That's so sweet.
That's the thing though, for anyone who wants to send in questions, either whether it be on the YouTube channel or, you know, through DM or email or
Yeah.
whatever, like I'm totally open for that all day long. But the thing
Yeah.
is to creative, good questions. I'm not
Yeah.
going to answer the same old questions like, how many people have you had sex with? What's
Oh
the
my
biggest
gosh.
cock you've
What are my
had?
chances? I'm
Yeah,
reading that
what
one right now.
are you going to marry me? Like what? No.
So yeah, the highlight of AVN is definitely, I think, after 3 years of not seeing my fans, it was cool to see them. You
Mhm.
know, they're so sweet. I never have a bad experience. I think I had one bad experience, but I don't think it was a fan. I think it was some random person, and that was like 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good seeing everyone. Everyone's so sweet, so nice. You know, just having conversation. After 3 years of not, it was cool. I think that we all kind of understood like not being at AVN.
Yeah.
So
It was a little different too because we moved, you know, different
Mhm.
hotels because we used to have it at the Hard Rock, and now
yeah.
it's so different and it's way more spread out. So it was
Yeah.
way different to navigate around. That was for sure.
There were a lot of people, but it didn't make it seem like it was a lot of people.
Yeah, because it was more spaced out.
So nice. I think I would have been overwhelmed if it was at the Hard Rock with all the people that were there.
Definitely.
So yeah, I really liked AVN for that. I think it was cool because I really liked Resorts World. There's so much to see and do. They had vegan ice cream, and I'm lactose intolerant, so that was really cool.
That's cool
So I
for
had to
people
have-
that are vegan.
Yeah, or lactose intolerant.
Or lactose intolerant,
Because
yeah.
I
It's-
have not had ice cream in a minute, and I
Yeah.
can just buy it, but I just don't really.
Yeah.
So that was cool that I could get like ice cream for the first time in like a year.
Ice cream is definitely a highlight.
Yeah.
Always.
What's
And-
another question we have?
I actually kind of want to ask a follow-up question. Were you surprised to see how many people showed up for you after you took a break?
I didn't even know. Like,
Because you did take a break, right?
yeah, I took a like year break.
Because I was standing next to you, and there were just like a line of people waiting to
Aw.
talk to you.
I didn't even realize that.
No, I did.
No, I just am like, oh, hi, hello. And I'm like, hi, hello.
That's cool.
Like getting to know them, talking to them. I talk a lot. So for me, it's like just talking to people and seeing people.
Yeah.
You know who, though, that I'm like kudos to? Angela White.
Angela
Oh
White,
my
dude. I
gosh.
say that all the time. Her lines, people wait for like 3 or 4 hours. I've seen her stand there like for hours, and like the line is like all around the way around. It's insane. And
She's
like,
amazing.
yeah, she's definitely someone I truly admire. But like the work ethic and, whew,
She's
Yeah.
also so tiny in person.
tiny.
I think she's tiny.
I motorboated her boobs. It was nice.
She suffocated me with them one time, and I was like, yo.
Well, her boobs are big.
I was like, take me now. I'm R.I.P. I'm good. Death by titties.
I think that was another good one. Another good scene that I did. So that was actually a really good one that does bring up a really nice one. That was for Gamma too.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, she was my therapist, and I was breaking up with her, I think, like my therapist or something, because she was asking me to go out, and I was like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable going out with you.
I would never.
And so
How would you ever break up with her?
So then she
I would
got
never leave those kids.
I
Ever.
mean, if that was
Been
me,
latched on for life.
yeah, if that was actually me, I would be like, okay, come here. So so she had oh my gosh, I'm the worst. I haven't worked with her in 3 or 4 years.
It's okay.
Serena Blair.
Okay.
Serena Blair.
Okay.
Yeah. Serena Blair. So she had Serena Blair seduce me, tie me up, put a blindfold on me.
This is a badass therapist. I need a session immediately. If I don't have a therapy session immediately with this therapist, I'm just done.
Dr. Angela Wyatt.
Yeah, Dr. Angela, help me.
So there was a part where I had to go. So acting wise, there was a part where I had to be blindfolded, and I knew, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I had to like be blindfolded.
Consensually.
Yes, exactly. Serena was eating me out, and then they switched. And so then it was Angela eating me out, unbeknowingly.
Yeah.
Like to me.
Yeah.
So then I sit
Well, you
there.
clearly know because the technique's different. The
we
tongue
talk about-
movements are different.
Yeah, we talk about everything before the scene even
Of course.
happens.
Yeah.
So it's just all acting of like being surprised.
Yeah.
So she was eating me out, and then like she opens. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a mate. And then I have to be like, what the fuck? So I had
You
to
tricked me.
Yeah. So I had
Now
to
come
go,
here.
I had to go from like laughing to being like angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just being. So that was fun because the emotion in between that is like crazy to switch. You know?
Yeah.
So.
It definitely makes sex more intense. You know.
And that was fun. And then somehow I got seduced into her titties, you know?
God.
Did her tongue
Oh,
speak
terrible. What a rough
Australian?
life.
Oh, yeah.
Rough life.
Yeah.
God.
Go
They're
on.
Like, it's funny because they're like, you know how people are like, oh, save them. I'm like, please don't save me. I'm okay. I'm living my best life.
And the ones who say that are the ones who would do anything to switch places with you.
Dude, yes. They're
That
the
part.
They're the ones who are giving me the role to play for them. That's why when everyone like says something, when people are like, oh, how come you do these things? I'm like, because you were asking for this.
Yeah, it's like I'm an actor. I'm acting. Yeah.
They see, they're all about algorithm now. The companies, they see exactly where people, like somebody was like, oh, we're gonna, like someone said that they had to, like they were doing something because the company said that they saw the algorithm and that one specific part they kept going back to.
Yeah.
So they can even see that. They can see where people go back.
And like they're
watch.
replaying. Yeah.
So they'll take that into consideration, do analytics, and then give us the content to do because it's getting eyeballs.
Shit blows my mind.
It's crazy. It's wild.
What's another question?
We do have another question.
Yes.
Hold on, let me go back to tell you who it is. Latobes 25. Does that sound familiar?
Tobes 25. Okay, what's the question?
Says, how did you get so beautiful? But there's more. Right. Also, what do you look for in a guy or girl for a relationship?
Okay, how did I get so beautiful? So my mom and my dad one time like decided
They fucked.
yeah, they just
Dude,
boned.
they did it. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I survived, dude.
Yeah.
I swam and swam. I fucking landed in that shit, and I was like, I'm coming.
400 trillion to 1 is the odds of me being here right now. So hello, that's
I'm the toughest sperm ever. Like,
yeah. They say tough as nails, but you know what? Tough as sperm.
Yep.
I'm like, what is the question again?
What do you look for in a guy or girl in a relationship?
I like someone who can make me laugh a lot. Like, I think that I've hit that point in life where I've had that awakening of that life is not as complicated as it should be. And like, I don't want to be serious all the time. You know, there are times to be serious, but I think like, you know, you should be serious when it comes to people's feelings and their emotions and things, but I just want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to do things. I want to see the world. Like a travel buddy, like someone who can make me laugh a lot, someone who can, like, you know, of course, if I'm feeling low, like, be there, but at the same time, like, yeah, just.
I want to follow up that question. So what would be your dream date with said guy or girl?
I don't know, like something like, I'm also
for yourself a dream date too. Everybody has a dream date,
a romantic comedian vibe thing. So
rom-com.
Yeah, rom-com. I don't know, I want to go to the observatory and look at the stars and just chill. Like look up, and I don't know if that's possible in LA with all the pollution, but that would be nice.
Yeah. The smog, get out of the way.
Yeah. Just a hopeless romantic LA girl who just wants to see the stars for once.
Does anybody actually date anymore though?
I don't know, it just depends.
Yeah.
I think people in LA, I don't know, I think that we're all so busy that we have to understand that too, of like respecting everyone being busy.
Yeah, everyone respecting one another's time. Yeah. I think that's a huge like lack lately, like within the last, ever since COVID happened, I feel like is when a lot of things started changing, but also when a lot of people started like being kind of selfish more or something.
But I think is that
and they want instant gratification. Like I don't know. It's,
and options.
Yeah.
Everyone's
also,
in situationships.
Is that because, for one, I think everyone's in situationships because I think everyone's hurt. Like when I think of people like ghosting or doing things, and that's another thing, I don't take anything personally anymore. I'm like, that has something to do with what's going on in you.
Yep.
And myself, you know, we all have like ways of dealing with trauma and like things that have happened with us. I think that if you just kind of like stop taking everything so personally, and you can back up and be like, okay, well, that person's going through something and I empathize with them, but I can't absorb that energy.
Yeah. I can't attach myself to that.
Yeah.
Like I'll meet you where you are, like, you know, to help, I don't know, be there for you, but like I'm not going to meet you where you are, like actually emotionally, and bring myself down like that.
Yeah. And I think everyone's different.
Which is hard because you're an empathetic person, you said. So that is hard to detach yourself.
So I think that's why I think some people came out selfish, because they were those people who were always giving, you know what I mean? So it just depends. I think that it's hard. Everyone's going through things, you know, not taking everything so personally. If things like are good, if they're not good, you just kind of just let it be what it is. And it's hard.
Let it be.
It's so hard.
Let it be.
Because of anxiety, because of certain things.
Such a good singer.
On. You are. You know, honestly, like.
Honestly, I'm terrible.
You should do an ASMR on here.
I can't even tell you how many episodes have we had where people are joke around and like whisper in the mic.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
I know. I don't know.
Yelled into the mic.
Oh no.
No, I wouldn't want to do that to the people.
Jump scare.
To the peeps. I don't want to lose our following that we're gaining here with the sauce. We're finally chugging along. They're like, yeah, I loved your podcast, but now you're yelling it. So yeah, we're good.
Some people might have a yelling.
You were calm before, but now everyone's just yelling. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. Some people like being yelled at.
It's true. This is true.
The things that I see on my customs, I'm like, honestly.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's the weirdest custom you've ever had? Is that a bad question?
I don't know. I guess like when you
it's
say
a good question.
When you say weird, I guess I kind of like go backwards, because I think weird can sometimes be used as like a negative.
Weird or crazy is different in everyone else's own opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that I would take away that, because some people could take that differently. I think the most interesting one that I've done so far is I had to shower with my clothes on and then slowly take off my clothes and then play with myself. And I had to be soaking wet.
Like jeans?
Just, it didn't say specifically
Oh,
what I
the
needed
thought
to
of
wear.
wet
I know, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Wet
it wasn't wet
jeans.
jeans. That I would cry.
I was wearing jeans and went on the Jurassic Park ride and got fucking soaked. And it was fucked up because I said to the guy, when you get on, I was like, hey, this area that we're in, it doesn't get that wet, right? And he's like, no, you're good. And he fucked with me. because you got completely like, we got off and I was fucking drenched, and I'm like, you said it wasn't that it wasn't that bad, and he's like, got ya.
Legend
like,
says
"Fuck
they're
you."
still wet to this day.
And I'm wearing fucking wet jeans, chafing my goddamn thighs for hours.
Ow.
It sucked. But yeah, I can't imagine
And
wet
it's
clothes.
fine. I mean, hey. If you
So what
want
did you do?
something-
Wring them out and then just dry them?
No,
or?
I didn't do jeans.
Oh, okay.
I just did wet like shorts and
Oh, okay.
top. It didn't say what I needed to be in, so I was like, you know what?
I'm just gonna choose. I would have
Yeah,
been. I would have chose a
custom,
bathing
though.
suit. I'd be like, yeah, you like this? You like when I
an
take this
actual
bathing suit off?
wetsuit?
Yeah. An actual wetsuit, peeling it off. Like, hold on a second, I'm
The
getting it
long
off.
zipper
Yeah, I'm getting.
string.
I'm peeling it off. Oh, help me, help me.
Yeah, no. If you wanted a distressed woman, yeah, that would have been for sure the vibe.
I just don't know how you elegantly take off wet clothes.
Yeah. So
You just hear them plop down.
an interesting one that I did before was 10 minutes long, and this guy is a foot fetish fan.
Uh-huh.
And I had to put my camera or my phone, whatever, with the camera on the floor, and he just wanted to watch me walk around barefoot in different places and get my feet really dirty on the bottom, and then go to my countertop the last like couple minutes of the video and like kind of like bend over like I'm doing something, like, so I was like pretending to do the dishes and write shit, and like I would kick the back of my foot up and basically be on my toes so he could see underneath, and I would keep going like up and down, and then I'd put like wedges on and kick them off and then show my feet again for 10 minutes.
Can I have his contact? 'Cause
I
that
was
sounds
like,
so fun.
I want to do this custom every day.
That sounds so fun.
And like they pay a lot, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, okay, like, do you want me to do an extra 5 minutes? I will.
literally.
But it was
Oh my
great.
God.
But yeah, he was very detailed about how he wanted the camera, where he wanted to see me like walk and stuff. But it hardly showed me. It was mainly just like knees down,
Your platypus feet.
Wow.
basically. Yeah, basically.
I'm so jealous.
But the
That
foot
sounds
fetish
so
fans,
fun.
they know if it's
I
your
love
feet or
foot
not.
fetish fans.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
Seth has one, and it's hilarious because we've done like some lives together before, and they're like, Seth, take your socks off. Take your socks off now. Take them off slow in front of the camera. And he's like, you know what? No, because you asked like 5 times. I was going to do it, but. And then they'll like tip a bunch, and then he'll take them off. It's so funny. I don't know. I'm weird about guys' feet. They have to be like pedicured very good.
Yeah.
I bet Seth's on WikiFeet.
What is that?
You've never heard of
is
WikiFeet?
No. What is
I
that?
bet he's.
Have
on
you heard of
there.
it?
Uh-uh.
WikiFeet.
Is that a Wikipedia for feet?
Yes.
Oh
Wait,
my God.
what?
Celebrities are on there.
Really? That's funny. And it's just pictures of their feet?
Yes.
I hope it's a picture when he's pedicured,
Look at.
because he never
Wikifeet.com.
got a pedicure before he started being with me. Supposedly. Who
I'm gonna
knows?
Look 'em up.
Pedicures? Okay. Manis and petties used to be so fun. Oh, look what I did, by the way. After our scene. Because I was so bummed. I was like, I want a finger.
Yeah,
So
you're
then
like,
I got the 2. So now I do it, and it's
that's interesting that that's the fingers that you do. I would have chose.
no, okay. So
I would have chose like these 3.
because this one, it's like when I do this, so my finger is shorter than my, like, by a lot. See, it's like by a lot for some reason.
And
This one's not as bad. But I do this, but
Got it.
it just feels weird because there's, like, difference, you know?
Yeah.
So if I do this, I can kind of make them the same,
yeah.
like, size. And
You're
then
like,
I go
"You're gonna like it."
this. And then I do this, and then I tuck these in, and then I go like that.
Well, I'm gonna listen to you because you had more experience with girl porn. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm living my best long nail life because when
Yeah.
I was
I'm
doing girls,
super
I had
gay. Short nails, everybody. Short nails.
I had short nails for
For
the
all the
longest
vaginas.
time. For like years. I was like, and I couldn't even do, if I had to go, if I went on vacation, I'd have to get them redone like with acrylics and then get them shortened when I got back because I had to do girls. And it kind of looked bad if a girl performer had long ass nails, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
now I'm like living my best life, but then everyone doesn't want them, and I totally understand.
I love how you say I'm living my best long nail life. Is there another question?
No, this is just news for you.
Oh, okay.
So Seth isn't on WikiFeet,
Uh huh.
but you are.
Interesting.
Wait, we need to
And
get
you
him
have a
on there.
4.97 rating with over 192 photos of your feet.
4.97 out of what?
Out of 5 stars.
Oh, that's a good
That's
rating.
a pretty good rating considering all the photos on here.
Thanks, WikiFeet. I hope like all of them, like my toes are good in the pictures. You know, I'm pointing the toes.
Wow.
Christian's looking at me like, you idiot.
Yeah, they're good. Like, straight up. Look at that. You probably can't see it because of my privacy screen.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's so funny. That is from my first anal scene I ever did.
You got good feet.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I
We're at
see
the
that.
stars.
It's
Are you
from-
on there, Scarlett?
I'm on there.
Are you on there
my
too?
feet right now. I'm so
looking at my
uncomfortable.
feet. I can't believe you guys didn't know about
I'm like,
this.
God,
I'm the one that
Scarlett.
looks like I have a foot fetish.
She's like, okay, not only did I jerk off to you last
7
night,
people
Kenzie.
gave me 1 star on my feet.
How many?
7 people
Ooh.
gave me a 1-star rating.
Once they hear about what you do with your
I
big
wonder.
toes,
I
Maybe
wonder
they're too
what
small.
it is. Yeah, maybe they're little. Because I always call them little sausage toes. Because they look like sausages. When I put pressure on them, they look like little tiny sausages. Little
sausages.
sausages.
Well, that little toe
can't.
made Adriana
I
touch it squirt, so.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, you made Adriana squirt with that big
Yeah.
toe, so fuck you out of the sausages.
It's a 5.0. for
You're
that.
giving hope to micro penises
Wait, did
everywhere.
they put that on there? I wonder if they put that scene on there. If not, I'm gonna be so upset because like that was a really good foot. No.
So, Scarlett, what is something you're really passionate about and looking forward to in your life?
Well, right now, I'm just passionate about. I'm doing dance classes,
What kind of dance?
like hip hop. I want to get into heels next, but I needed a second so I could.
What is heels?
like you dance in heels?
Oh, okay.
So like little dance like moves
Okay.
in heels, like sexy.
Got
it's
it.
more. It's very.
I think
much
I've seen
sexy.
videos on Instagram that's all like choreographed and yeah,
So hot.
sexy.
So hot. That one with Chris Brown and that girl who did that song for him, like it was like she was like dancing for him. Her dance itself, aside from Chris Brown, but aside from that, like her dance was like it turned me on so much.
I'll have to like watch it. I never watched it.
I'll show it to you. It's so hot. It turned me on. I was like, fuck, I want to get into dancing.
You're like, I'm gonna dance and fucking turn
But
myself on.
I just wanted to do hip hop because I was trying to find something fun.
Yeah.
Because walking on and running on the treadmill is not fun.
I'm surprised you don't want to do like ballet.
That hurts the feet though.
Well, I'm sorry I keep saying they're small, but like you're smaller,
I'm
so
small
so
bean.
ballet for you and your little sausages might be
My small
might be
bean
easy.
sausages. Yeah.
No, that's really cool though. But is there anything else other than dancing and stuff that you're passionate about and you're looking forward to, or some
right
goals you
now-
have?
Right now, I'm just focusing on the industry, just kind of like doing podcasts, trying to do content. I've been working a lot this week and this month.
With like pro scenes?
Yeah, pro scenes. So just kind of focusing on that for right now, and then just continuing to focus on that. And then if things get like slow, then I'm gonna start focusing. Anytime that like pro scenes get a little slow, I'm gonna like start focusing on OF stuff. And
Yeah.
then, so just kind of teeter totter it like into different places that I can expand like what I'm doing. And then I was debating if I wanted to do esthetician stuff right now while I'm in, but honestly I think I'm just gonna start doing doing a lot of training courses right now, just gaining the knowledge.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
because knowledge is power.
It is, actually. It is. This is so true. Also, too, like, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, people don't even, in my opinion, no one really needs to go to college anymore for, like, stuff like that. Like, you can do a master class
Yeah.
a lot of the times. You know what I mean? But I know with that, it's, like, a lot of it's hands-on, and you need to get, like, a license through the state and stuff.
Yeah,
So it might be a little different. But
Yeah, so it's 600 hours. It's not too bad.
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I started in March of last year. I graduated in July. So, but dealing with the state has been a headache in itself, but
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming here today.
Thank
If you
you.
could tell everybody your social media, any other thing you want to share, your OnlyFans and whatnot.
Okay, so my social media on Instagram is Scarlett Sage X. On there, I have a link to everything, but my Twitter is Scarlett X Sage, TikTok Scarlett X Sage, and then I am onlyfans.com/Scarlett Sage X ? I think it's on the link on Instagram.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
All
thank
right.
you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Okay, guys, be sure to subscribe to her OnlyFans, follow her on Instagram and Twitter, keep up with everything she's got going on, and thank you again. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi, I'm Kenzie Taylor, and this is FEELZ by Kenzie Taylor. It's a water-based lubricant, vegan, cruelty-free, silky smooth, tasteless, and you're always gonna be wet. You can pre-order now by going to feelsbykenzie.com. Order it now.
What's the freakiest thing you've ever done?
Eating pasta in bed.
Not true. You licked my like
Oh, I
a
did,
minute ago.
I did, but after I ate pasta in bed.
Why was that so freaky?
I don't know, it was a lot of sauce.